Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Casper Network, aka CSPR. So with that being said, let's just dive in and let's start off with the overall price chart. So short term, hey, pullbacks are welcomed in, but long term, I do think that Casper is an absolute big win. So as we look at Casper right now, it has been ranging out for the whole year. A big area of support is anywhere between roughly 3.5 cents up to about roughly like back testing resistance at about like 3.8 where we are at now. But we could come down lower. One of the biggest things I do focus on is ADA. We're going to be addressing ADA here in a second, but I do want to talk to you guys about a few other altcoins as well. As we look at XDC, here's XDC on the 1 year, here's XRP on the 1 year, and here's XLM on the 1 year. You guys notice a trend here between all of these tokens? So as we look at Casper right now, we have this nice little spike up back in April of this year. XDC also had this spike up back in April of this year. XRP also had this spike around April and March of this year, and same with XLM. But the interesting thing is that they all had a massive spike just recently. All right? Casper has not. Which means on this next run up, I'm expecting Casper to hit anywhere between 8 to 10 cents from its level right now. And it could go much higher, but the 8 to 10 cent zone is my main goal right now, just in the short term. And even that will just be testing out the April of 2022 resistance zone that we tapped, and it will also be sort of testing the 2021 support zone from September. So I'm looking at this, and I'm just like, a big move on Casper's brewing, very similar to HBAR, very similar to QNT. All of these charts are just going sideways on the year time frame. And so did XDC, so did XRP, so did XLM before the big move happened. Now, long term, I did say accumulating Casper between 3 to 4 cents is like accumulating ADA when it was at the same levels. The future is incredibly bright for Casper, and there is still so much to look forward to. ADA was ignored before its big move in 2021. I expect the same for Casper. And listen, as we look at a few charts. So a few people have been posting some charts and things around Casper. Pharaoh X33 actually did post this, and then also Sloppy Subi did post this as well. And I'm going to talk to you guys about both of these both of these tweets. So the first one from Pharaoh, we do see, what coin should I be buying? One of the few that just makes sense at the current moment is Casper. Do you see what XDC has done in the last few weeks? Casper will be mimicking the price action of XDC and also XRP and XLM sooner than you think. Don't believe me, just watch. We'll come back to this later. And I do completely agree. We do see here, like, this is what Casper was doing when he did post this. Obviously, yes, we did hit a little bit of resistance, but I've been looking at XDC, XRP and XLM, and they've just been kind of consolidating, trying to find a support zone. I do think XDC is also trying to do that as well before the next big move up. Casper is just still waiting and brewing for the big move. I do think that a lot of these altcoins are still kind of, how should I say, like, they're just kind of going sideways in this consolidation pattern before a move like XDC, XRP, and even XLM, made. HBAR is one of them, Casper is another one, and QNT is also another one. But Casper, I do think, is going to surprise a lot of people. And we do see over here from Sloppy Subi, 100% agree with this. Casper accumulation is much more clean and has a very distinct accumulation pattern. We're not going lower than 3.5 cents. Again, I just want you guys to understand that anything is possible. This is an opinion, but we do see we'll be at 10 to 24 cents quicker than most expect. It's all about the rotational liquidity, patiently waiting for our turn in the sun. And here you guys have Casper. So 5.5 cents has always been the big area of resistance for Casper. I do want to see that, area flipped into support eventually, but 10 cents, 8 to 10 cents is my next target on Casper, which is an incredible trade opportunity in the short term. But, look at all these other altcoins like XDC, XRP, and XLM both did an incredible move. Here we have, a little bit of, I guess this is like the Wyckoff pattern that he's posting about. So If we do continue to see this will most likely test around like 3.5 cents or so before the next move to the upside. As we really kind of look at what's going on with a lot of these altcoins, I don't care about short term. I just care about accumulating the range. With ADA, there was a very interesting time in the market where nobody cared about ADA until everyone cared about ADA. That time in the market was anywhere between 2018 all the way up until 2021. Even during like the initial moves that were being made on ADA, like nobody really cared about it here. They cared about it here when it started to break out of $1, and then all of a sudden, boom, it was at $3. Okay. As we look at this chart, though, it just went sideways until the move got made. And during this time, listen, there's a lot of great movement. Like if we go back to this move here. All right, so here's like 2019. I'll even go back a little bit to, the end of 2018. So this is the sideways movement. And here's like the big move that got made. This was a small move in retrospect to the actual all-time high. And then it, just went downhill until March of 2020. And then boom, big moves started to be made. If we look at Casper right now and we go to the 1 year time frame, okay, if we come back down to 3.5 cents, which is not a bad area to retest, this is major support. Like I said, it's a major demand zone. 3.5 cents will be a big buy opportunity for anybody who wants to, have like a huge buy. I do think that 3 to 4 cents is a huge accumulation zone, very similar to back in the 2022 timeframe. Like I was accumulating this 2 to 3 cent zone heavy on Casper. And I think now, as we look at this current year, I think that the 3 to 4 cent zone is basically that 2 to 3 cent zone back in 2022. So 3 to 4 cents, big area of opportunity. And if we do have like a March of 2020 low happen, anywhere between like 2 to 2.5 cents is the big area. But I have so much focus put towards Casper side of things. Because I do think that this is going to be one of those altcoins that surprises a lot of people, very similar to what ADA did during 2020 and 2021. And with everything happening around Casper, I just think that's crazy that it's still so overlooked. So if we go over here, we do see from Kevin Cage, he's posting next month IPW will mint 1 million patents on Casper Network. We'll scale this up to about 25 million patents, proving ownership, then enabling the trading and licensing of IP. And here's Casper Labs, they're posting about it. So this is their senior BD manager. Her name is pronounced Neve, supposedly. I don't know how to pronounce her name. And I butcher these names, so I don't want to disrespect these individuals. But nonetheless, it seems as though they're getting ready to ramp up adoption and patents on Casper. So check this out. This is the 34-minute time frame. Listen closely.
Enabling the ability to fractionalize the ownership of, let's say, it could be art, it could be music, it could be even licenses or even buildings. So imagine being able to own a piece of an apartment or a building itself and being able to generate value on that and participate in a community. So that's really one fascinating area. One of our clients, IPW, has been tokenizing patents. They're actually going live next month with 1 million patents, and they're going to be scaling that up to 25 million. Starting off, with proving the ownership of these repositories of patents and then enabling the trading and licensing of them. Another area would be around, securing ticketing and preventing fraud, because as we all know, ticketing is a massive, massive market where there's a lot of counterfeit, particularly on the secondary market. So that's another area. I'd say one area that I find really fascinating is actually, in the manufacturing industrial sense. So using NFTs as, to track digital objects and pull data from different sources, and then combining that, with other complementary technology. So IoTs, satellite technology, so you can track things at scales and know where an asset is at any point in time. And then, being able to run, let's say, analytics and then be able to prevent or predict more so delays due to, let's say, pulling in data about weather conditions and then being able to prevent further delays of an asset. And, the technology for NFTs is maturing for sure. they are essentially like mini computers, and we will start seeing where NFTs for, again, digital objects, manufacturing objects, will be able to pay for themselves.
And there you guys have it. So like I said, I think that tokenization on Casper is really a game changer. I've talked about it. And listen, the NFTs on Casper, definitely a game changer because of the upgradability around those smart contracts. And this is really kind of bringing a lot more business over to the Casper side. So, combine this with the price action, combine this with, what's happening around a lot of these charts and around all of these other assets. Like, listen, adoption is here for Casper. It's no different than all of these other major utility tokens in terms of the adoption happening. There's a lot of moves being made. It's just the lack of price action, right? Like, price action is lacking in this market. But I want you guys to understand that the summertime is usually always boring for crypto. We have seen incredible gains, like I said, in the 30-day span. Like, a lot of these altcoins are up double-digit figures. Casper, I think year to date might be up like 30-some%. It's nothing too crazy. Which is why, like I say, like the most boring time in the market is the best time to accumulate. Like, we have adoption here. We're about to see 1 million patents being minted on Casper Network. There's $7 to $10 billion locked behind those 25 million patents. We are seeing adoption happening for Casper. We're seeing the idea of utility tokens become a major spotlighted thing. And I think that it's very exciting to see that happen because for the longest time around this market, utility has been ignored. And I still think it's ignored today. I don't think that people really care about utility. I think that they just care about quick gains, which is understandable. I get it, right? Like, everyone wants to get rich as quick as possible. But the fact is that over the course of the next couple years, we will see these utility tokens generate incredible wealth. And I don't think that's, nonsense. I don't think that's clickbait. I don't think that's anything. I think that as we look at how this market is maturing, I think that even the XDC move, a lot of people were kind of taken by this, XDC move. But remember what we were focusing on with XDC. We were focusing on the utility side of things. We were talking about the standardization being put in place around XDC. And then all of a sudden, seamlessly overnight, we started to see the big move. And nobody cares about these tokens as they do range sideways. And I think that Casper is very similar to that. So with that being said, I hope that you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are on this. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.